welcome back to another episode of Eat Saigon. I'm Vanessa, and today I am going to make for you something that is a favorite, not just for everyone, but more importantly for myself. I'm super excited, and that is going to be chaya. Now, as you know, egg rolls are made with various cuisines. Chinese, we've got American, Mexican, they have their own take on it, burritos. But today we're going to do it the authentic Vietnamese way, and that is going to be making it with rice paper. And I'm actually going to show you two ways to do it. One is the traditional way with ground pork, and then we're also going to make a vegetarian chaya. First ingredients that we're going to use for chaya, which is the one with the meat, is ground pork. So I have here about half a pound of ground pork, 80% lean, 20% fat, and we're also going to add in shrimp. So I have here about 1/4 of a pound, and we're going to just mince those up finely, throw that in with the ground pork and mix it in together. Other ingredients that we're going to add into chaya is going to be wood ear mushrooms. As you may have seen from previous episodes, I've talked about how in Vietnamese culture and cuisine, we tend to do a lot of ground meats that have wood ear mushroom. Also, we'll have the vermicelli noodles. We're also going to add some jicama, of course, carrots. We're going to shred those up. In the vegetarian chaya, we're going to add in a different kind of mushroom. So we are actually going to add in shiitake mushrooms as well as the wood ear mushrooms. So since it's vegetarian, we want to add components that will really give it a nice bind with the eggs. We're going to add in firm tofu. The reason why you want to use the pre-fried tofu is that it won't have too much of the liquid in it. So this will be perfect. With chaya, we're going to add in some minced green onions, of course, garlic. We're going to add in some shallots, a little salt and pepper, vegetable oil, rice paper. Now, you may see in different egg roll forms, there's different ways that you can wrap it. They have the wonton skin. But in Vietnam, this is a more traditional way. You've also seen this with goi cuong, which is the spring roll. Okay, so we are going to get started with the ground pork. So I'm going to add that in here. Okay, so we are going to get started with the chaya. We're going to add the ground pork into there. Then we're going to peel the shrimps and then mince those up. So now we're going to mince up the shrimp and then put that in there. All right, so we're going to add that in there. You see that's nicely minced. Okay. So I'm actually going to... Now I'm going to add in a little bit of the wood ear mushrooms. All right, so I'm going to add that in there. Now I'm going to add in just a little bit of the vermicelli. I'm going to add that in there. And carrots. So now we're going to add in some garlic as well. So a little bit, of course, some salt and pepper. Now we're going to mix everything up. This is actually always the fun part for me. I love squishing everything together and of course to bind everything together, 1 egg. Now we're just going to give it a good mix for a few minutes. All right, so you can see everything is perfectly mixed in together. You've got the shrimp, you've got the green onions, the wood ear mushrooms, the carrots give it that nice bright color. So we're going to put in about 1.5 tablespoons. now that we have the meat on the side, we're just going to let that sit there for a little bit, let it marinate, and we're going to start on the vegetarian jaya. Okay, I'm going to grab a handful. Keep in mind these are found in your dried goods aisle along with the wood ear mushroom. I'm going to add that in there. Add that in there. We're going to add some jicama into this. That'll also give it a nice crunchy texture along with the carrots, the mushrooms, the tofu. Throw that in there. We're going to throw in some garlic. Okay, so add that in there. Add in some green onions. So we're going to add in the noodles. Then last but not least, the egg to bind everything together. Now it's the fun part. This is where we roll things up. Now we're going to get started on jaya jai. And we're going to tuck and roll. Tuck and roll. So now we are ready to put this into the pan. We're going to start with the pork one first, and then we'll work our way to the vegetarian jaya. You want to turn it every so often so that it doesn't burn. Okay everyone, so we're done making jaya both ways, which is jaya with pork and jaya vegetarian style, jaya jai. So let's go ahead and try jaya. The pork is cooked perfectly through. You can taste the wood ear mushrooms in there. The carrots are really delicious. The outside texture is super crunchy. I really love rice paper when it comes to making egg rolls. It's just always really crispy, really yummy. Keep in mind, different regions have different ways of calling rice paper. And also in other cuisines, such as Chinese cuisine, they use the wonton skin. So egg rolls come in many forms, but they all taste delicious. let's go ahead and try the vegetarian one. I don't know if you heard that crunch, but it was so, so tasty. You've got, it smells delicious too. The mushrooms really give it that earthy taste. The tofu in there is cooked really well with the jicama, the carrots, and since there's two kind of mushrooms, you've got that crunchiness, but it's two different textures. So there's a lot going on with each bite, but at the end of it all, with the bancang and with the meat, it's got a good balance of flavor. So I am going to enjoy the rest of this bite here. So as you can see, chai yao can be eaten as an appetizer, on its own, with a meal, as a main entree. It's something that everybody loves of all ages. So whether you're a child, adult, I mean, I grew up eating this and I love it so much. And I mean, there's just so many ways that you can make this apparent, as you can see. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Eat Saigon. And if you like what you saw, please like, please subscribe, please share with everybody. More importantly, leave your comments. As you know, I always welcome feedback and I would love to hear your thoughts. Maybe if you wrap it in a different way than I do. I know with Vietnamese cuisine, sometimes we wrap our egg rolls with lettuce. So, I mean, that's a different way that you can eat it. So you take the egg roll, you wrap it around with the lettuce and you put the mint leaves, you put the cilantro in there, basil. So, I mean, there's really no simple way or there's no certain way to eat chai yao. And I'd love to hear how you eat yours so that I can go ahead and replicate that. Well, thank you everybody, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, bye.